This week down in the comments, I want to hear about the first time you saw Jim Henson's puppet masterpiece, The Dark Crystal, and what you thought of it. Hello, I'm Adam Caesar. This is Project Black T-Shirt, the channel where we talk about new or reissue horror movies and then pair them with some horror literature that you'll like to read if you like that movie. And in this video, we're not doing any of that, but I will have another video going up very shortly after this one that's kind of business as usual for the channel. But if the question at the top of this video wasn't a big indication, or the title or whatever, I want to talk about The Dark Crystal, Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. Not just the movie, but also the Netflix show, Age of Resistance, and a couple of books that are out this week, just out this week. At least if you're in the US, they might have different dates elsewhere. Just out this week that I was lucky enough to get to write. Two beautiful hardcovers. We're going to talk about those and where you can get them and what they are, why even horror fans might be interested. So very briefly, I bet my experience is very similar to some of your experiences out there. I first saw The Dark Crystal on VHS. It's very different than all the other kind of big box clamshell VHS we kind of had in our collection when I was very young. It was like Little Mermaid and Robin Hood and Fox and the Hound and Snow White and all Disney stuff. And then there was The Dark Crystal. And The Dark Crystal, because from even before I had even strong human opinions as a child, gravitated towards the weirder and creepier stuff. So I always took The Dark Crystal off that shelf. And when I was very young, I remember being just terrified of it. And especially the scene where the Emperor kind of disintegrates. I think that's like a scene that for a number of months, maybe even years, I never made it past that scene because it scared me so much, but I kept taking the tape out and kept putting it in. But needless to say, it's one of my favorite movies growing up, and I had the great pleasure to be in contact with Boom Studios, who was doing the comic books, and I'd done some work with them before. I did a Power Rangers story and an Adventure Time story, which are two properties I really, really love. But I knew they had Dark Crystal, and I knew that there was the Netflix show coming up, and I kind of was a bug in the editor's ear, and was like, Dark Crystal, I love Dark Crystal, please let me, and lucky enough, they did. This is out from Archaia, which is the kind of classy, really classy arm of Boom Studios that puts out all the Jim Henson stuff. This is Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, The Ballad of Hupp and Barfinius. This is based on a story by the two showrunners of the Netflix show, Jeffrey Addis and Will Matthews. It's written by me, and the art, the unbelievable art, is by an artist named French Carlomagno, and he is unbelievable. He's awesome. If you watch the show, if you've watched the Netflix show, your favorite character probably is, if you're cool, it is. Your favorite character is Hupp, the Podling, and this is a prequel. This is a prequel to the show. If you haven't watched the show, if you've only seen the Dark Crystal movie, you can enjoy this. You can enjoy this graphic novel. If you haven't seen either, how have you not seen the Dark Crystal? You should go watch it. But it can be enjoyed kind of as a standalone, because it's 4 issues. It originally came out as floppies. This collects all of those, then a bunch of extra material, like all the covers, all the retailer variant covers that no one was able to collect because they're like super rare, and some of French's sketches. But this is beautiful, and if you can't tell, this is like oversized. This is like a good inch to half an inch bigger than the single issues. So it really is almost like the HD extra special edition of this story. But really, really beautiful art. Really, really awesome all ages story. It's kind of a con artist story. It's kind of a road novel. It's kind of a comedy. A lot of stuff in The Dark Crystal, as I said, at least when I was a kid, kind of scared the hell out of me and kind of made me more interested in the grotesque, creepy stuff that I grew up being into. But this book, if you have kids, don't worry about it. It's incredibly fluffy, incredibly fun and funny. It is the kind of palate cleanser after you watch Dark Crystal or you watch the show, which the show can get pretty dark, the movie can get pretty dark. This isn't. This is just a podling having fun with his Gelfling paladin, maybe paladin storyteller partner. It's really, really great. I'm really, really proud of it. This hardcover, I got this at Barnes & Noble because they're sending my writer's copies, but I went out and got this at Barnes & Noble. I'll put the link down in the description to buy it direct from the publisher, to buy it from Amazon. If you like it, leave a review. As with all my books, if you like it, please leave a review. Everyone who's reviewed Clown of the Cornfield, thank you. I love you. You're great. Thanks for reading it. If you want something very different, completely different, check out The Ballad of Hup and Barfinius. The next book I want to talk about, this is a lot more words from me, but a lot more pictures too. This is the Dark Crystal Bestiary, and you'll notice this doesn't say Dark Crystal Age Resistance. This covers everything. This is all the creatures, even the kind of humanoid creatures, every single puppet, every single critter, every single everything, with some tiny, tiny exceptions, just because the Henson Company didn't want to open up a can of worms in case it conflicted with other materials. But this is pretty much every single creature that has squawked, walked, or hopped, or slithered, or swam on Thra. This is it. And they are all rendered beautifully by artist Iris Compete. She drew and painted. She's a traditional watercolor artist and pen and paper sketch artist, pencil and paper sketch artist. If you look at this cover, this is an example of her work. She was hand selected by Brian Froud, the original designer of the Dark Crystal, for this job. Brian and his wife Wendy, who are Dark Crystal royalty, wrote the introduction to this, wrote the foreword to this, and I wrote the words. I wrote all the like about the creatures. There we go. There's some Gelflings. There's the Grunax. Wow. Really, really beautiful, beautiful work. This is color illustrations on every page. This thing is gorgeous. If you are a fan of the Dark Crystal, and even kind of if you're not, if you just enjoy good fantasy art, Iris is one of the best in the business, if not the best in the business. The work she did for this thing is unbelievable, and if you want to hear a little bit more about her process and how she went about doing this, Jason Sealer, who has a YouTube channel of his own, he is an accomplished artist and teacher and caricaturist. He had us on to talk about this, and I tried not to do that much talking because I really wanted to hear what Iris's process was like and what this was like making this book. It's a real honor to be asked to do something like this. I think the book came out beautifully. This is unbelievable. The thing with this one is, I'd say like, oh, run out to Barnes & Noble like the Hup book, like go grab that. But they're like, it's like back ordered at a ton of retailers. If you're in the UK, no problem. Titan Books put it out in the UK. If you're in the US, Inside Editions put it out. I would, if you're in the US and you really want a copy, I would just go with Amazon. It's going to get to you the quickest. And they packed this one pretty good. No dings or anything. It came out it came in the mail very nice. I would go with Amazon, and I'll put the link down in the description for that. All right, links to everything that I talked about, links to the books, links to the publisher, links to that video that Iris and I made with Jason. It's a long, hour-long, in-depth conversation. It's really, really good stuff. You get to see her like workstation, all the work that she did for this. She did over 1,000 illustrations for the Bestiary, and a couple hundred of them finalized and made it in the final copy. But if you want to see some exclusive art, you can go over to Jason's interview with us. Thanks so much. I am going to be putting up a movie review momentarily. It's probably already up by the time you're watching this, so if you want to go see the regular content on the channel, go click over to that. I'm Adam Caesar. I'm the author of Clown of the Cornfield. I don't always write all ages stuff. Usually my stuff has people getting beheaded and killed and all that stuff, and all that gory good stuff. This is a slasher novel. This is a slasher novel for teens. If you've got young people in your life, we're almost at Halloween. What a great Halloween gift that would be, to give this to young people in your life, or gift it to yourself, because plenty of adult readers are enjoying it, and loving it. And I am so grateful for the success this book has had. So thank you so much, everyone. Like, subscribe, go find me on social media, and I will see you forever. You can just go look at my other videos, and I'll be seeing you all the time. All right.